Shalom. First and foremost, we have to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushem, Hashem, Yahushem, us. Double honors to the elders and apostles of great North Star and Thomas of truth. Peace and blessings to the hopefully elect 104,000 men pushing the truth and wholehearted sincerity across the four winds. It's the Akari Quab with another lesson. Yahweh to edify. This lesson is, because I had to create a new page, and I thought to myself that by creating a new page, it would help me refresh myself. Also help me push myself, because I see a blank slate. I would have to, try to fill it. So I'm gonna go through my lessons that I have already written down, and through the Spirit and power we have by Shem Shai. Hopefully, I feel the Spirit to make me do more lessons, on different topics, especially with the news, the things about the news and the things that are being shown in the media. I myself, for one, I need to start, tying the scriptures and the prophecies into the times that we were in. I see it and I tell people about it, but I need to, try to present it in a lesson and, create media, create a product for, not a product, but a body of work that not only just shows my understanding of the scriptures and showing me breaking down the scriptures, but also tying prophecy into the times that we have around us. So Yahweh Zad is edifying. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 39. This is Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 39. See now that I, even I am he, and there is no God with me. I kill, and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. So what you have to understand is that the Lord is in control of all things. Okay? He's in control of the death. He's in control of the life. He's in control of your steps, your thoughts. The Lord controls all things. So with that being said, there are going to come a time when, in these upcoming times, where we see that there's going to be a massive amount of people that are going to be killed. Why do you say that? Because they're going to push that R fight each other, and they're going to be race wars. Just look at the times right now where you see what's going on with the riots. First and foremost, we know that Esau is behind majority of those things, but also we see that the spirit of Jake is rousing up. So if we understand that the Lord controls all things, so then you see that man that was killed, a so-called black man that was killed by the police officer with his knee on his neck, that was the judgment of the Lord. So the Lord made that man kill that man. So you see that the Lord controlling men as tools. Because just from this Deuteronomy 29 and 32, 32 and 20, 32 and 29, 32 and 39, 29, slack here. I don't know why I did that. 32 and 39, we see that he is controlling everything. He kills and he lives. And he says there's no power with him. So let's continue. Isaiah 66, 15. Isaiah chapter 66 and 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire on his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. Verse 16, for by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. And the slain of the Lord shall be many. So the Lord is going to kill a lot of people. And we see that he does that through other men. Well, he judges people through men. And he judges men by wonders and natural disasters, as people will call it, like tornadoes and earthquakes. And, he controls all those things. Tsunamis. He controls sharks and scorpions and snakes and jaguars. When you see a jaguar attack a person, or you see cheetahs and you see animals go wild, those are all judgments of the Lord. So when the Lord comes back, okay, listen to what he says though. Salakia, let me go to 14. And when you see this, your heart shall rejoice, and your bones shall flourish like an herb. And the hand of the Lord shall be known towards his servants, and his indignation towards his enemies. So at this time, when the Lord returns, the servants of the Lord are going to rejoice. But the people who are his enemies, the people who don't want to listen to the Lord, if you don't want to follow the Lord, that means you're an enemy of him. If you're not with us, you're against us, kind of thing, I guess that's how you can look at it with the Lord. If you're not with him, you're against him. And the world is against the Lord. So if you're not with the Lord, then you're with the world. And he's going to destroy the world. It's like, it was in my ear. But, so there are going to be people who are going to rejoice at the sight of the Lord. And there are going to be people who are going to die at the sight of the Lord. When the coming of Yahushua comes, when the coming of Yahushua happens upon this earth. All right? Let's go back down to 17. They that sanctify themselves, purify themselves in the garden behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh, and the abomination, and the mouth shall be consumed together, saith the Lord. Well, the point that I wanted to bring out there was, let me keep reading, because it says they that sanctify themselves. If they say that I'm righteous, I'm all right. I'm covered by grace. You're giving yourself you're sanctifying yourself instead of going by what the Lord says, by the scriptures. And the gardens behind one tree in the midst. That one tree is that same tree, that same thing that had beguiled Eve into believing or to following it. That doctrine, that belief, those laws of another God, of another being, of another creator. Instead of worshiping Yahushua, you started worshiping golden calves and the sun and the bull and the you understand what I'm saying? Sanctifying themselves behind the garden, behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh. And eating swine's flesh, that's exactly what it means. But also spiritually, think about it in a spiritual. These other doctrines are as swine. They're as abominations unto the Lord. Your spirit eats also. And how do you feed your spirit? You feed your spirit through this holy word, through this word that is perfect. You feed your flesh with carnal things of this world. So you can work out your flesh. You can work out your spirit. But what I wanted to say is there are people who listen unto the doctrines of this world, who don't want to hearken unto this word, who've heard this word and don't want to listen. All right? Shall be all consumed together, saith the Lord. Verse 18. For I know their works and their thoughts, it shall come that I will gather all nations and tongues, and they shall come and see my glory. Yahweh Shai. And I will set a sign among them, and I will send those that escape of them unto the nations. But anyways, so the Lord is going to kill many people. All right? Let me keep going. Let me go to Psalms 90 and 4. Psalms 90 and 4. For 1,000 years in thy sight are but as yesterday when it passed, and as a watch in the night. So 1,000 years are as a day unto the Lord. 1,000 years unto us are as a day. 1,000 years. Think about that. 1,000 years unto us is a day unto the Lord. Where does he dwell? Like, where does he stay? And how is that possible? How is that possible? It's magnificent. That power, it has no other right other than to be feared and respected. You know? But that's a gift from the Lord. If you fear him, it's a gift. If you feared his wrath, that's a gift. Because he chose you to fear him. Alright? Let's go to Luke chapter 19, verse 27. I know exactly what that is. But the Lord loves everybody. He doesn't want to kill anyone. Why would the Lord kill anyone? The Lord kills. The Lord has favorites. And he has things he hates. He has dislikes and he has things that he likes. I'm going to show you. Luke chapter 19, verse 27. But those mine enemies, which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither, and slay them before me. So the Lord is going to kill many people because they don't want to listen. They don't want to hearken unto this word. They have to be shown with the sword to strike fear into their hearts. And that's the only way. Because they don't believe. They don't have that fear of the Lord, so they must be shown. They must see it to believe it, right? You don't believe in the Lord, so you must see it to believe it. So, well, it's going to happen. And all nations are going to witness it. All people are going to witness. All people are going to be fearful of these things. Okay? Let's go to Psalms. Oh, I wanted to show you that. I think that's in 2nd Ezra chapter 5. Second Ezra chapter 5 and verse 23. And said, O Lord, that bearest rule of every wood of the earth, and of all trees thereof, thou hast chosen thee one only vine. So of all the trees and of all the plants of the world, he chosen one vine. He likes the vine. All right, I guess it's the grapevine. I will have to further look into it. Salaki, if I'm wrong. I don't have my concordance to actually look into that word. But my understanding will say vine. But he only has one vine, like an olive branch, or he has to select out of all of the woods or the plants. A favorite, I mean. Verse 24. And of all lands of the whole world, thou hast chosen thee one pit. And of one pit, what is that? What land is that? That's Israel, Zion. Of all the lands he chose Zion. And Zion is a nation before it is a piece of land. But anyways, of all the trees thereof, Salakia, and of all the flowers thereof, one lily. So the Lord, out of all the flowers, the Lord likes the lily. All right? And of all the depths of the sea, thou hast filled thee one river. So the Lord likes the river. Of all the streams of the sea, he likes rivers. And of all builded cities, thou hast hallowed Zion unto thyself. So of all the cities of the land of the earth, he said Zion is his. And of all the fowls that are created, thou hast named thee one dove. You know, a dove. And what did Noah release? A dove. You know, he released a dove and it came back with a branch. You know, and of all the cattle that are made, thou hast provided thee one sheep. Okay, verse 27. And of all the multitudes of people, thou hast begotten thee one people. And unto this people whom thou lovest, thou gavest a law that is approved of all. So the Lord has a favorite. All right. So of all the people that are upon the face of the earth, he has a favorite. And it just so happened that the favorites, his favorite, are the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Is it my word saying that? No, it's just read it to you right here. All right? Okay, let me see. Let me keep reading. And in verse 28, and now, O Lord, why hast thou given this one people over unto many? You see, and we were in slavery unto all nations. We were in captivity unto all nations. So, as thou hast done, it's going to happen unto you. But anyways, and upon one root hast thou prepared others. Why hast thou scattered thy only one people among many? You see? So all the other peoples are not scattered. They have a homeland. They know where they are. They're living and they have their heritage. But we don't. Okay? Verse 29. And they which did gainsay thy promises and believe not thy covenants have trodden them down. If thou didst so much hate thy people, yet shouldest thou punish them with thine own hands. So the Lord has been punishing us. All right? But anyways, so the things that have happened unto us, it's going to happen unto these people. So also the point that I wanted to prove with that was that the Lord has a favorite. All right? So let's go to Psalms 91. So, Psalms 91. Let me start at 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Verse 2. I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress, my power. In him will I trust. Verse 3. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler, and from the noisome pestilence. Salakia. Sorry. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings thou shalt trust. Shalt thou trust? His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day. All right, the terror that by night, nor by the arrow that flieth by day. That's talking about the missiles that are going to hit. The missiles and the nights that are going to occur after those missiles being hit. The suffering and the chaos and the carnage. It's going to be all out chaos. But the Lord is going to protect his elect. The Lord is going to protect the creme de la creme of his people. The ones who are listening, who are hearkening. The ones who are spending time trying to get right with the Lord right now. Second Esdras, chapter 9. We'll start at 9. They shall be in a pitiful case, which now have abused my ways. And they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. On that night, when that third nuclear war, when that World War III happens, and it will, there's going to be all-out chaos, man. And then shall they be in a pitiful case, which now have abused my ways. And they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. For such in their life have received benefits and have not known it. And they that have loathed my law while they yet had liberty, and was yet a place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. The same must know it after death by pain. Therefore, be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished, and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved, whose the world is, and for whom the world is created. All right? So, worry about trying to gain salvation for yourself. Our job as men of the Lord who are pushing this truth is to expose the whole thing, to show you everything, to show you that there are going to be dark days, but we also try to show you how to get salvation. And how do you get salvation? By turning back into Yahweh Shem Yahushua, by striving to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, by not being carnal, by being spiritual, by going on the highways and hedges, by doing the customs of our forefathers, which pleased the Lord then, and stop doing the things of our forefathers which displeased the Lord now. Okay? And with that, I want to say shalom. I also want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Shem Yahushua, by Shem Yahushua. Double honors to the elders and apostles of great most on the truth. Peace and blessings to the whole life. Shalom.